Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on this beautiful blue globe that we live on. This is Eric Raspberry, coming to you from Can We Talk, a channel that I'm just starting on YouTube. And please follow me if you can. I will try to post as many videos as possible. I want to build a lot of content before I really develop momentum and go try to monetize and make some additional income. Um, most of this I'm not doing for the money. I'm doing it for informative views that I have, wanting to share, inspire some people, sympathize with some people, and educate other people. Now, today's video, I am talking about a post that I had on Facebook asking for prayers for my father. Now, my father is 97 years old. He has stage 4 kidney cancer. He also has, I think they said, stage 3 gallbladder cancer. So, I mean, I really hate to say it, and I didn't even want to post anything because this is such an emotional subject, for me. And I can sympathize with those that had to care for their loved ones and watch cancer eat away at their life. I had an aunt that she was always a healthy woman. She was always 200 pounds, and um, I think I was in the Bay Area when she passed, but uh, they said my Uncle Percy told me when she passed, she was like 68 pounds. So he watched her life just fade out. And currently, my father, from what my sister Robin told me, he had lost 40 pounds in the past 3 months. And this being so heart wrenching for me that I didn't want to post because I didn't, when you have a parent or a loved one that you don't think people will understand the depth that you really care for this person. And, now that things are what they are, and it doesn't it doesn't look good, that the last thing that I could possibly give a boost to his spirit is prayer, but not just from me, but from my friends, my family members. That, I mean, I love you guys, and I believe that you guys, have some love for me and can just, say a prayer for my father. And just to give you guys a little education that I looked up on, there are the major types of cancer. There's carcinoma, sarcoma, melanoma, lymphoma, and leukemia. Those are the majority of the cancers that we hear about. Now, my father has stage 4 cancer, stage 4 kidney. There is no cure as of today for that. And it's just considered uncurable. And that's the status of that. Um, if you this video reaches somebody that does have cancer, and if you don't have loved ones, or you are in need of someone that can give you some more understanding of what you're going through and what to look forward to, there are support groups um, that offer safe, understanding environment for individuals affected by cancer. They share experiences and they feel emotional support. And it's also important for people that have a loved one or a friend, but you know it's a friend, so you love that person that is dealing with cancer. There's what you're going to go through is emotional distress, um, changes in roles, responsibility, and sometimes financial strain. So cancer affects many people, you know, at different levels. And my father being in Florida and me being in the Philippines, the only thing that keeps me safe from my father, the the leader, the retired colonel, a strong man of stature. Could I bear to see him bedridden and maybe 60 pounds? It would be difficult for me to see if that happened all at one time, but to slowly watch them deteriorate, it's like you share in the suffering, which you do. And I feel that it's time to say goodbye. And this is just a part of life. He's 97, very active. Last year, I think he took a cruise to like 2 countries. The year before, uh, went to I think 3 countries. So in later on in the life, being in his 90s, he was still traveling. He was still re-seeing Europe again, going to Scotland, going to Ireland, you know, going to these places that held some importance to him. His his brothers in his lodge that he belongs to down in Ocala, you know, he loves and respects you guys, and he thanks you guys for the years of camaraderie. He really enjoyed everyone's company, his pastors, his mutual friends, his co-board members with the community colleges of the state of Florida. He was a philanthropist, and he really loved his community, Ocala, Florida. And I went down in 2006 to see him get an award. It was a beautiful thing to see because all these people were gathered for my father to give him accolades while he was still alive. Even he was shocked. He said most of the time when people say all these beautiful things about a person, it's because they died. And for him to actually, you know, receive that while living, it really touched his heart. And this goes to any of you that sees this video. He really appreciated that. And he tells a story when he first moved to Ocala that it wasn't a welcoming town to strangers. And then my stepmother Naida and him, I guess they just wore them down. And they saw that, wow, the Raspberries are very nice, upstanding people. And Mr. Raspberry, he is very learned and has organization skills and has leadership skills and has vision. And then my stepmother Naida, she was a good organizer. She was in the ladies club, the Dames, and to see them together and him in his uniform and her in her gown, it was, to me, that looked like royalty to me. And this video, it's about cancer. It's about a family member dealing with soon to be the loss of my father. And my father wanted to live to be 100. He really wanted to live to be 100, and that was it, just for no reason, just to make it to 100. And we had a deal that I would make it to his 100th birthday, and that was our date. And now, with seeing the cards on the table, I don't think that's going to happen, unless God performs a miracle. And it's okay, you know. My father, Dad, you just do all you can do, you know. I love you and I'm proud of you. And I just hope that you're proud for me to be your son. And, my brother Stanley, he really could step in and help organize things. Robin, she came into town and she did her contribution. And me, I just feel helpless because I'm so far, and financially so stressed. um, I have my health issues, but I would rather have my health issues dealing with diabetes than dealing with cancer. And this reminds me when his mother, my grandmother, was on her deathbed, and I saw her in the hospital. I was her favorite grandchild, and she would always brag about when I came to see her, even though it had many years had passed. I really enjoyed just talking to my grandmother because she had just so much to give. And she told me something that I didn't figure out for 2 years. She told me never grow old. And those were the last words that she said to me. When we went to her house after she passed and we went through just looking at her things, she had 38 Bibles. And that's all I wanted out of her belongings was her oldest Bible, because I knew something was in that Bible. She converted faiths 5 times. And after 2 years, it dawned on me what it is never grow old. Just remember that I'm a child of God. And as soon as you become tainted by the world, you harden your heart and you start to grow old. And so you give up your childship because you're hardening your heart. God will always love you, but you could have been more beautiful. And so now, Dad, that I feel that it's your turn, You found God. You drew closer to God, and I'm so proud of you for that. But I understood in your early career, you were a soldier, and you prayed for God for safety. But going to church on Sundays, it wasn't your thing. But you understood who God was because how your mother raised you. So, just to reiterate that stage 4 cancer, there is no cure. Stage 4 kidney cancer, there is no cure. Um, it's treatable to help control the pain and relieve some of the symptoms, and to make life, or the quality of life, as best as possible. But that's what I'm looking at. So that's why I posted that post, because after the doctors have tried everything, there's always prayer. And if it's his time to go home, it's his time. There's nothing that I can do, just to accept it, that what he's dealing with now, it's so painful, and it's just, he's just wasting away. He needs assistance walking, and really doesn't have an appetite. All he does is just go to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom and pees and comes back and goes to sleep, and the meal will be the interruption of the day. But he's not eating a lot. And then I think of my stepmother. She's 97 too, and what stress it is on her. And they got married, I think, 1978, and they really loved each other. They were a good couple. They really complimented each other. And now, just realizing she's losing her partner, and how life is going to change for her, and she's 97, and sure, we can hire nurse aides, but she's now incomplete, and that's a loneliness that I wouldn't want her to go through, because the beautiful years they had together, and now it's time for him to go, and then soon it'll be time for her to go. And the tensions between my sister and I mean, we're family, but will those tensions ever just go away? I mean, I love my sister, you know and my brother Stanley. I mean, I can't tell you how Stanley has really helped me out, and helped me to have faith in family, because um, family's been rough for me growing up. I was adopted, so um, family has always been a lonely subject for me. I don't know what it's like to have family members that just love on each other all the time. They really get along. I don't know that. But, right now, it's my father. It means everything to me. Even though, we've always lived in different places, he was always that guy that not just me, but everybody had to measure up to him. If you couldn't lead me as my father would lead me, I really had difficulty following you, because really had to be a strong leader for me. And so now, stage 4 cancer, that big C, is running. He's running the gauntlet, and I love my father dearly. And I really feel for those that are dealing with cancer. And if you or anyone out there has a family member or friend that's going through cancer, just love them. Tell them that you constantly, you know, you really love them, and that you you really value them, and let them know that if they can't fight anymore, it's okay. It's okay, because this is one goodbye that this goodbye is everything, you know, but you have the memories of that person. But I just wanted to share this with people, and hopefully, you know, this helps people out a lot. Even my posts, it allows people to understand what I meant by that. I just wanted prayer for him, because that's the last thing that I and we can really give is prayer, and that's what we can give each other. And just remember that there are different types of cancer, and not all of them are, you know, a death sentence. So I wish everyone well. Many blessings to everybody. I'm thankful for you, my friends, my family, and first and foremost, I thank God. And I love you, Lord. And everyone, please be strong. And just pray for a better world. Pray for peace. Pray for man to learn to get along and love man and lift man up the way God intended. And that's it. This is a very long video, but these are words that I needed to say, that I needed to get out, that it helps me therapeutically. And I'll try not to bore you guys anymore, you know. Um, Still, Raz, the Raz Man, Razzle Dazzle, the Mean Dolph Machine. Uh, but, you know, next video should be a little lighter. You know, I owe you guys that. But I just owe you guys to keep giving me content, letting you guys know it's okay. You know, life is life. And it's life. And sometimes we have to say goodbye to the ones we love. And that's part of life. But you can reach me at my channel, Raz, at Can We Talk on YouTube. My email is erasbury. And that's it. I really love you guys, and I appreciate every single one of you. And this whole video, this is my opinion. The facts that I gave you, I just Googled those facts. So they're not written in stone, but it's the general, you know, idea of what really is. Okay? Until next time, same bad time, same bad channel. Peace.